What's going on, guys? Back with another tutorial. This one's going to be on how to install and set up the SNES emulator for the PS3. So what you're going to do is head over to this site and download this. I'll put a link for this in the description. Alright, so when it's done, just go ahead and drag it over to your desktop. Close this out. So right click on it, go to 7-zip if you use 7-zip, some people use WinRAR, and extract to. Okay, so I'm done with this. Get rid of it if you want. Just go ahead and open it up. This folder is going to be some ROMs I can throw in there for you guys, and this one is the actual emulator right here, package file. But anyways, one thing to note about these ROMs is that say if you were to go get one and it doesn't have this .ssc behind it, it will not work for this emulator. So go ahead and open up FileZilla. If you guys don't know how to connect with FileZilla, I'll put a link in the description. I made a YouTube video on how to connect with FileZilla. So just head up here and quick connect, or however you guys connect. And I'm gonna put this in dev HDDO. Scroll down, packages. Actually, I already have it here. I'm going to delete it for this tutorial. Go ahead and click on this and just drag it over there. And there we go. So for now, just leave this ROMs folder here. We'll put that in there with all those games once we get this installed. So go ahead and head over to the PS3. So on the PS3, what we're going to do is go ahead and head over to Package Manager, hit X, go to Install Package Files, hit X, go to PS3 System Storage, and then hit X to install this package file. Okay, so here's the emulator. Before we launch it, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to that ROMs folder, and we're going to go ahead and put those ROMs in this emulator. The emulator actually comes with Pong, but I'm going to hook you guys up with these other ROMs too. So go ahead and open up FileZilla again and go to dev HDDO, go down to games, go to game, game, not games, and go to, and there's the SNES emulator right here, and then go to USRDIR, and then ROMs. Like I said, here's the Pong.sfc ROM. So we'll go ahead and just grab this ROMs folder, just drag it into here. It's asking me, oh, this my folder also had this Pong folder, or this Pong game in it, so just go ahead and override it. It's already checked. Click OK. Okay, so we're done with that. It says all the files have been transferred successfully. Go ahead and disconnect FileZilla. close it out. Okay, we'll go ahead and go back over to the PS3 and go ahead and close this out. And back on the PS3. So go ahead and go down or go to your emulator and launch it by hitting X. So in order to actually launch a ROM, you got to actually go to the directory where we put the ROM games. In this case, we put them in dev HDDO. You just got to hit X one time. You don't have to double click on this. Just hit X one time. And then go down to game. And then you got to find that SNES game, or the emulator. It's right here. So go ahead and hit X on this, and then go to USI or USR DIR, X again, go down to ROMs, and you can see that all our ROMs are in there. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys a little trick. Let's go ahead and back out of this and just hit 0, 0, 0, 0. Actually, what you're gonna want to do to avoid having to go through all these directories to actually go back to the game folder every time, just hit 0. Go back to this is the main menu. So just hit select, and it will pull up this. What you want to do is hit R1, and you can see it's moving over to the right. Just keep hitting R1 until you get over to this path, and then go ahead and go up to startup ROM directory. And what this will do is it'll make it so you actually start up, when you actually start the emulator, you're already going to be at the ROMs directory. So go ahead and hit X, and then we're going to have to go back into that directory so that it will have a place to hold. So then we'll go ahead and go down to game, and then go back down. We're going to find that SNES folder again, or that emulator. Hit X, USR DIR, hit X, ROMs, hit X, and now that we're here, this is the directory that we want the emulator to open to each time we open it. So just hit triangle, and you can see that it's actually saved that directory that we were at. You can't see the entire thing, but it's there. So we'll go ahead and hit the PlayStation button and go back to the main menu. Go back to the XMB, hit X, and then we'll go ahead and go back in there just to make sure it saved our settings. Okay, so go ahead and just hit X to launch it again. Alright, and as you can see, it saved our directory, so we don't have to go navigate through all those directories just to get to this ROM directory anymore. So all you gotta do is hit X, and here's all your games. All you gotta do to launch one is just hit X on one, and it will launch. And while you're in the game, if you click on the R3 button, it'll pull up a menu, and then you can just navigate through it, quitting the game or whatever you got to do. But that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for future videos.